Welcome to the HermitBurpcast pilot. Hey, my name is Leonie, and it features an awkward artist rambling on about random things where she won't really edit it that much, probably do it in at most 2 takes. What's going to happen with this derpcast in general is that I'll do story times, I'll do Q&As if I ever get questions. Doubt it. Maybe I'll do interviews with other people, but this is too early. I'm trying things out. This is real early. I might not be able to keep this up. I'm not gonna guarantee anything. I mean, my regular blog posts are I am going to stick with that. I've been doing it for 2 years already, as we both know. But for this thing, I have no idea. This is completely new territory. It's kind of weird and scary. And I'm talking a lot. Oh my gosh. Essentially, I'm talking to myself, as I've said in the other cast, Derpcast. I need to remember to call it Derpcast. And I don't know what will this become. I'll just ramble on. So if you're here with me on the ride, I really appreciate you lending me your ears as you work, because there won't be any images or video or anything going unless I say so. By default, there shouldn't be. Okay, so for this episode, what's going to happen is that I will tell my story, and when the story ends, this Derpcast ends, yeah? I'm not gonna do an outro. I'm just gonna go end. Stop. Yes, that was my sound effect for chopping. Okay, so now there is a challenge for you, the listener. You need to come up with your own moral or message of the said story. It could be silly, it could be serious, it could be random. Just come up with a moral of your own. The message that you are left with after hearing this said story. Oh, I forgot. This Depcast might be a month long, like once a month or something. I have no idea. Maybe once a month. I'll do the next one next month. Just a heads up, so that you have a month's time to come up with an answer. Now, what do you do with your moral? Well, you post it up at the linked blog post in the YouTube description if you are at YouTube. Or if you have found this via other means, you need to find the blog post somehow. You'll find it. It's for this episode. It will be the 2 years of Derpcast edition, something like that. I don't remember the title. I make up silly titles. It's fun. Okay, so see, this is me rambling. What do I need to say? So posted up your moral, so that I and everyone else who might be in the distant future who wants to read, everything will be all in one place, so that nothing is all over the place, and it makes it easier for me to read them all, because I would strive to read them all. I might not be able to reply to them all, but I will read them. In the next episode, which is probably next month, as I said, I will pick out a few favorites, credit you, and then talk about my own version of the moral. Now, in the case that I won't get any response, I will be very sad, but I'll just talk about my own moral. It's cool, actually. The main thing I'm doing this is to talk more, and this is pushing confidence. Yeah. So you need to have your ears ready. I'm going to tell this story. Something I picked out from past that. This is interesting. I mean, everyone has stories. I mean, more interesting stories than I do, but this is just me trying to tell a story. This is my poor little attempt. I don't know how I'm doing, but enough rambling. So get ready. Hey, imagine a 17-year-old short Asian nerdy female. It's me. In school uniform. So I was carrying this huge backpack, probably 1.5 times the size of my own torso. Yes, I carry a lot of things. Actually, I still carry a lot of things. I haven't changed. Um, and I'm carrying this, and then it's summer, and it's kind of hot as well. It's towards the end of the year. It's my last year of high school. It's home time. It's kind of the time where you need to start taking your things home since you're leaving the school forever. So I had to walk across 4 lanes to get to the other side. So here I am waiting at the crossing, waiting for the green man light to come up. There are also other students waiting at the bus stop on my side of the road as I waited to cross. So, a normal day, right? For a teenager, right? What's different today is that it was terribly windy. I had to keep holding on to my glasses to keep them on. That's how windy it was. I was really concerned. Now, normally this isn't a big, huge deal if I had both of my arms free to adjust my glasses and adjust my backpack and dress and all that. But I had to hold a huge A1 or A0, I don't remember. A1 or A0, thick cardboard poster that I did for VisCom. I mean, the only closest art subject I did was VisCom. A thick cardboard poster, and I had to hold on to each side as if I was paragliding, and my arms were what kept me from falling to my death. Really hard because the aerodynamics of the way I was holding it wasn't helping, and the wind was working against my arms. Basically, it was trying to blow the cardboard poster out of my hands at every given moment. Now, this poster was taking it home. It was my high school. It was kind of like, hey, an art thing I did, and looking back, and even then, I'm not proud of the artwork, but I had to take it home because that's what you do when you're leaving the school eventually. Now, my weak arms struggle to hold on to this, as I said, and it's tough fighting against the wind. Finally, I was able to cross the road, so as I crossed, I felt like I was parading with this horrible art poster I did in front of all these drivers and their cars. Now, the lights were still red for the cars and green for me when I got to the other side. Just when I was done adjusting my glasses with one hand holding on to my poster, I was trying to do this as quickly as I can. Like, oh, my glasses, need to fix it now. And I was attempting to hold my poster again with both arms. That at this very moment, the strong winds blew my poster out of my grasp and it landed face down onto the road. So it went whoosh back onto the road and landed face down while I was at the curb. I was on the other side already. It landed in front of several cars and they were ready to accelerate when the lights go green for them. Surprised, I look at the cars, started to approach the poster, so I was edging towards the edge of the curb, but then I stopped myself because I realized that the lights were green for the cars, and the cars proceeded to run over my poster. Hey, I come into the realization that these cars are crushing my artwork. It's over. I stood there in shock during those handful of seconds, but it seemed like a long time. I noted that the students at the bus stop on the other side were likewise in shock and were enthusiastically pointing at the poster and also looking over at me. And I don't know what to do. I went back to looking at the poster. I looked back at my poster. Now that the herd of cars, I don't know what else to call it, herd of cars passed, and it was covered in tire tracks as the lights finally turned red to signal the cars to stop. So now there's another bunch of cars at the crossing. It was safe now. So I walked onto the road, picked up my poster, went back to the sidewalk, and kept walking on my way home as if nothing happened. It was still very windy, but I guess I didn't care about the poster anymore.